What's up, YouTube? AJ Simmons checking in for another video. Today, let's talk about how to build your cleaning business empire, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by that in just a second. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to filter in. We live for those who are gonna be watching this later on, so excuse me while I stall and take my time and let everybody come in, all right? But I'm gonna make sure that I let the viewers come in so I can answer questions as well once I'm finished talking on this subject, all right? So give a second and let everybody come in. If you're here, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment so I can shout you out, and I can also know that with somebody here with me watching, so I can get ready to roll. I see a couple people coming in. If you're here, let me know. Leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up. I see a thumbs up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I appreciate y'all joining me today. Told y'all I was gonna come live, y'all, this 3 days straight. Let's see if I can keep it consistent and persistent. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about building a cleaning business empire. Okay, and what I mean by a cleaning business empire, in particular, when I say the word empire, I'm just talking about shout out Rashad O'Kelly. All right. What I'm basically talking about, it was a book I read a while ago. I want to say it was Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what book I got it from, but it was a real estate book, and they were talking about how you can buy a bunch of properties in one area, and then when you buy a bunch of properties in one area, that's basically considered an empire because you got all of them, the property within that one area, right? Well, that's kind of what I did with my cleaning company, right? So what I did, you already know it. So what I did was when we had our cleaning company, right? Me and my wife, what we did was most of the contracts that we had were all in the same area, okay? And that was a huge advantage that we had because um, we didn't have to ride all over town. Number one, when we were cleaning, and then even when we weren't cleaning, and it was time to go higher, it was easy to put accounts all together into one location, okay? Because you gotta understand, especially when you got small contracts, like let's just say you got contracts where you only clean once per week or twice per week or 3 times a week. uh, it's hard to put an actual job together for your workers with enough hours for it to be worth the money for them. You know what I mean? So what I used to do was I would lump maybe 5 accounts together so it could equal to enough hours, okay? So that's one of the biggest advantages that I recommend that you do. So if you got contracts in one particular area, try to get the rest of them in that area. Okay. I used to have a flyer called. Most people probably remember this from back in the day. I used to have a flyer called "Ask Your Neighbors" flyer, right? And once I got like a few customers within that same area, I had this little "Ask Your Neighbors" flyer and pass it around, and I would list the neighbors in that area that we already cleaned. Okay, so they can look at, oh, okay, they clean so and so right next door. Okay, well, maybe we should get them a try. You know what I mean? And it ended up happening. We had this whole industrial complex, industrial park area. We had most of the businesses in that area. Okay, so it was very easy to hire and just put that one person within that whole area, or that one group of people in that one area to work it for us. Okay. Now another thing I want to speak about on this is, and first I saw some more people. Shout out Latrice Chambers checking in, CBN member. Shout out Mark Simmons said I appreciate you, bro. Glenn and Cameron preaches open up a service business. That's why I'm on here. That's what's up. Shout out to him too. I should reach out to him anyway, cause I remember I actually found out about him through one of my subscribers. She mentioned him, and I had never heard of him. And then after that, I started watching him here and there, just checking on him. You know what I mean? So I use him as well as a guide. I actually checked out one of his videos today, and he one of my motivations. Like I said, I mentioned him the other day that because he's been posting every day nonstop, and he'll go for like an hour long. I'm just not that talkative, so but I do my best to try to last and give y'all some long form content. So I'm trying to take my time and slow down and talk, but it is a struggle because I'm not talkative at all. I'm an introvert, so it might not seem that way, but I am. But what else we got? Tierra McLean, shout out to you. Long time. It's been a while since I heard from you. CBN member said, "What's up, AJ? Always doing your thing. I appreciate you." All right, so um, one more thing else I was gonna say about that too, when it comes to hire employees, is I see Antonio Angle checking in. Uh, Trust them, okay? Don't be scared to when you hire people, because when you trust them, you trust in yourself because you're the one that hired them, right? So you trust your judgment, okay? If you interview these people, you know you put them through your training. Hopefully you got some nice, decent training. And once you get them through your process and you put them out there in the contract, trust them. Give them a chance to show you that they can be exactly who you thought they were going to be, okay? Give people the benefit of the doubt. Now, I ain't saying to throw them in there and don't never check behind them. Definitely check behind them, especially often in the beginning when you first hire them. All right, let's get this pollen turn me up, y'all. But definitely trust these people, okay? And a lot of people used to ask me questions like, should I give the workers the keys? Absolutely. Okay, give them a key. Give them a copy if you got a copy. That's the first thing. Try to get copies of the keys to your contracts. Okay, if you got certain accounts where you don't feel comfortable asking for a copy of the key, then yes, I gave my one and only copy of my key to my employee. I had to do what I had to do. Okay, and I had lost key coverage in my insurance. However, if you don't, sometimes it's cheaper just to replace the key versus have paying the deductible anyway. So it all depends. Okay, because you know some commercial contracts got these big commercial keys and they got, you know, I mean, the key might cost a lot, but it all depends, you know, I mean, but the bottom line is you got to take risks, you got to trust people. Okay, you cannot build on empire, you cannot build a big cleaning company being afraid to let this stuff go. Okay, and get over the fact that you think that these people might not clean the way that you clean, because I'm gonna tell you now, they won't. Okay, they're not gonna do it. You might clean it at an A+ level. Okay, and then you might find somebody else that can clean at a C+ level, a B- level. Okay, and that's just good enough. And that's something that I learned from Gary Vee. I try to shout out anybody anytime I mention the lesson I learned from somebody else. I make sure I try to get that person credit, right? But that's a lesson I learned from Gary Vee. He was saying how uh, if you got a good C+, B- person that can just hold it down just enough for you to keep the customer, that's enough. And that's something that I had to learn. And once I started applying that, it was absolute fact that when I go in there and do my inspections here and there, I will, you know, I mean, hit the little things that I know that the person was missing. I'll let them know I'm hitting it. I take a picture of it, send it to them, and go ahead and hit it while I'm there. Then over time, as it grew, I had my inspectors going in, and they would do the same thing that I would used to do. Okay, but the bottom line is you cannot grow until you get ready, until you're willing to let go. Okay, so yes, you can give them the keys. Okay, to the buildings. All right. Another thing, I heard people asking, should you like how will people get? How are they letting their workers get to work? Like, are you picking them up and dropping them off? Here's my answer to that. Hell no. Okay. If I got to take the time out to get up and come out of my house and come drop somebody off at a job, I might as well go clean the motherfucker my damn self. Like, why I'm gonna take you all the way out there? You know what I mean? And then I got to come all the way back there and pick you up too. No, so that's definitely one of my qualifications from the beginning. You gotta have a working cell phone, hopefully a smartphone, and then you also have to, most importantly, you have to have transportation, reliable transportation. And for me, I don't know how I work in y'all areas, and I mean I know certain metro areas are a lot more different, but where I live and where I'm used to, the city bus ain't gonna cut it. Okay, I'm just sorry. I needed to be your car typically. And I used to wrestle with myself about that one a lot because I know that you want to work for me because you ain't got no money, and then you want a car, and so maybe if you could get the money from this job, maybe you could get a car, right? So I used to wrestle with myself with that one a lot. But at the end of the day, that's just my requirements. I cannot build my company if I got to worry about if you can get to and from work or not. Okay, if you lose your car or your phone while working for me, then we might have to temporarily lay you off, or you can show me that you're reliable enough to pull it off and then hurry it since it's just a temporary thing. Okay, but definitely, man, I wouldn't be out here dropping people off at jobs. It's too much on you. Unless y'all got like a company van. See, okay, so you do got those rare scenarios when you might have a company van. The workers meet up at that one central location, whether it be your office or some people even brave enough to let people meet them at their home office. I wouldn't go that far, but some people brave enough to do that. Okay, and then they muster up and then they run it within the company van, and the whole crew go knock out the jobs as a team. That's different. Okay, but the way I ran my operation was I typically put a lot of load on one or two-man teams simply because I can, if they can have more hours, I can pay them more. Their check will be bigger. Okay, so I try to get people as many hours as possible and spread the work out. Okay, now if it was a big job like a big building, I wanted, I mean, I always tried to do two people, maybe even three people, so that way if one person called out, the other one can cover the other person's half of the shift, and then that one person that covered it, they just take the pay of the person that didn't show up. Okay, so but get creative with this stuff, man, and think about how you can maximize these people pay. Number one, and then also, especially if you're paying them 1099, also make sure that you're being as flexible with them as possible. Because that's what I learned too. That like one of my keys to retaining talent long term and retaining workers long term was the fact that I was very loose with my management style. I treat people like grown adults. If I give you a task and you get out there and like I got to give you a chance to get out there and go show me that you can do it. I'm not gonna ride over your back. You know what I mean? I'll check behind you after you leave. So that's why I say get you 2 keys. So that way you can go in and check after them, and then they can be able to go in there and do the building first, and you can go out there and check behind them after they're gone, right? So let me see what we got going on here. Shout out DJ the Boss. He said we haven't really used our van much. I like smaller teams that get more hours too. Exactly, that's a fact. And that's where I forgot all about you too, man. I like your channel too. I checked your channel out. Shout out DJ the Boss. Make sure y'all go check out his channel, by the way. But but yeah, man, that's all I got. Really now I'm just trying to ramble and stretch this video so it could be longer because I'm not good at long content, long form content. So thank you, Mark Simmons, for saving me. He finally made another comment. Hopefully there's a question. He said, do the contracts allow you to store your cleaning equipment on site, or do you have to transport? That's an excellent question, and that goes right along with what I'm talking about. So typically what I used to do, and this can be costly, okay, in the beginning, especially if you're getting paid in that 30 and you're not, but anyway. So what I liked to do was I would buy damn near a starter kit for every new contract that I got and put it in their janitor closet and keep it there. That way my workers ain't transport my stuff all across town, and that's how you end up losing rags and end up losing stuff. Because I mean, stuff gonna come up missing and broke regardless, but you want to keep that to a minimum as much as possible, okay? So but yeah, I definitely left it in there at the building. And then every now and then, because I did have a lot of little small contracts too. Like you only go there once a week, and I had to lump them up into like eight of those to one guy. And so for those little tiny ones, you know what I mean, it's like I went ahead and let him keep his little trunk, help him set up. He kept it neat, and he would go from building to building, so that way he ain't have to. I ain't have to buy so many different little kits to put in each building. But as profit rolled in, I slowly but surely did stock up each one of those buildings, okay? So, and then like I said, we had inspectors. Before we had inspectors, my wife would go out there and restock everything or inspect them. But then as we grew, then we got inspectors to do that type of stuff. He said, okay, thanks. So use a central location with janitorial closet. Yeah, absolutely. And then he said, do you have the transport? Oh, no, you already answered that. Yeah. And so that's another thing too. So get you a system for your like washing your rags and stuff, yo. One thing we used to do, shout out Ken Ellis, I see you checking in. One thing we used to do is we would have 2 bags hanging in the closet, right? So you have your clean, actually it depends on which type of contract it is. If the janitorial closet was big enough, we will fold the rags, the clean rags, and put them in a nice spot in the janitorial closet. And then you have your dirty rags bags somewhere hanging up in the back corner somewhere of the janitorial closet. But if it wasn't a huge space, then we just have a dirty rag bag and a clean rag bag. And how can you tell the difference? We either labeled it, or the dirty rags usually wet. Okay, so that's how you can pretty much tell, and they stink too. So, but yeah. What else we got? All right, that's it. Somebody give me some more questions so I can extend this a little bit longer. And I don't know if y'all noticed this either, but I typically try not to put ads throughout my video. That's probably going to change, okay? Because I want to boost that the YouTube revenue up. I want to boost the revenue up from YouTube up some. So I'm going to try to start putting at least one more ad in the middle, because right now I only got them in the beginning and the end. Y'all probably never even paid attention to notice that, but that's me always just trying to do the most, right? And y'all probably ain't even make no damn difference. But anyway, y'all know what I'm gonna say. You want to start your cleaning business, go to cleanbusinessnetwork.com, right? You want to get started. If you like my man, who was that came up here? Mark Simmons, Mr. Mark, I appreciate you. If you like him and you came over here because you think about starting a service business, go to cleanbusinessnetwork.com. We got cleaning business starter kits that'll help you get started. We ship all the equipment to your home. I have a lead generation service that'll include the leads and everything that come with your starter kit. And let me break this down too. And this is not a shot at my guy, because Glenn and Cameron is cool with me, but I do want to say this though. I sell starter kits, okay? This is not a book. It's not just a course. It has a course in it, but it's not just a course. And you can get just a course if you want just a course. And I'll be happy if you do get just a course, because just a course is 100% profit because it's a digital product, right? But I want to put you in the best position possible to win. So I take care of the equipment and all of the things that you're going to need. We ship that to you. I take care of getting you leads. If you opt to get leads, we get you that. You get the course gonna teach you every single thing from A to Z. And then the icing on the cake is, oh, and the bidding calculator is included in that as well. I created a bidding calculator as an app, phone app, as well as a website, www.calculatedclean.com. But then also the icing on the cake is it comes with the Facebook group, the private Facebook group where you can network with all the other people who bought into this stuff way before you did. We got like 300 and something other members, so you know it's legit because if we got 300 and something other members and you don't see pretty much no complaints on the internet as far as AJ Simmons is concerned, you know what I mean, then you know it's probably a good thing, okay? So you can ask me anything in that group at any given time, even after you went through that course. All right, what else we got? Antonio Ingram, shout out to you. He said, thanks for all the free information you give out. I did a proposal for a high school and 2 middle schools today. I learned a lot from you. I appreciate that and congrats. Hopefully you close those deals. Appreciate DJ the Boss checking in. What else? What's up with VA Gov? I don't know. So we're going to see in a minute. I don't know. Are you asking what's up with the Virginia government contracts, or are you asking about the governor? Because if you're talking about the governor, I have no clue. I do my best not to keep up with politics. Mark Simmons said, so I need to factor in an office and company car, something with trunk big enough to store trash and can. Exactly. So obviously, like, you don't need an actual van and truck at the very beginning. If you get one, that's excellent icing on the cake. But do you need it? No. You can, like I said, because I had an Acura Coupe when I first got started with my first cleaning company, okay? And what I did was I piled everything up. The big trash can was in the front seat leaning back, and the rest of the stuff was in the back seat, and a little bit was in the trunk. And I would drop it off at the building and keep it there, okay? Well, at least what I could, and then anything extra, I would just leave it at home. Then if we need something else, I drop it off at the building or leave it at home, okay? But yeah, don't feel like you got to rush and get an office or a company car in the very beginning, okay? But if you can get an office and you actually got the money to do that, it will make a world of a difference. Matter of fact, I see that DJ also got an office as well, and I'm going to speak to him about that if we ever do a video together. Because I know that for me personally, some people say offices don't make a difference, but for me personally, it make a world of a difference. I'm so much more effective and productive with an office, okay, outside of my home. Sorry for all the questions. I plan on signing up for your master. Oh, no, take your time. Look, I want the questions. I'm trying to get at least to 20 minutes on these videos, and so the questions help me go because otherwise I'm not talkative enough. All right. Shout out to Miss B and the fam. I see you checking in. Shout out Diamond Pat. I said, hey, AJ, during this time, what are some clients to go after? How do you get into the mastermind group? So you get into the group, you can go to cleanbiznetwork.com and click join Clean Biz Network. That's the best way to do it. And by the way, he did say masterclass. So the masterclass did end. There's no masterclass. I know there's a lot of old videos I got up here, but they don't exist. That don't exist. That was a class I did with somebody else. But then I also, if you go to the even older videos, I used to talk about a mastermind group. So that used to be called the Everybody's Mastermind Group. That is now the Clean Biz Network. So just for clarification on that, but you can go to cleanbiznetwork.com and click join, and you can join straight through that, or you can just buy the Cleaning Business Starter Kit course or the starter kit, and either to get in the course, getting the starter kit course, or just go and click and join the group. That's all the ways to get into the Clean Biz Network. What else? Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody did ask me what type of clients to go after during this time. So the same one, the ones that were the best ones before the pandemic, not surprising, are the same ones as probably the ones that's open now that you can actually get, which is medical. The manufacturing offices like what do you call, like industrial complexes, stuff like that. Apartments are still open. We still can go after those. What else? Check It Out TV Worldwide. Hey, Judge, just started mine. Shout out to Check It Out TV, by the way, and shout out to Diamond Path if I didn't shout you out already. Hey, AJ, I just started my cleaning business. Is it good even though all this stuff is going on beside that? Is it good to get contracts? Oh, that's some same keys from the beginning when we moved here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's probably trash.
Is it good to get contracts with companies that are closed? Hold on, let me reread this. I'm sorry. Started my business. Is it even good? I think you're saying, is it good to get a contract with a company that's closed right now? I'm sorry, y'all, just falling all down my throat. The answer to that question is absolutely. You get any businesses you can get, and maybe you can't start right this second. Hopefully y'all can hear me. My phone was ringing. I had to get rid of it. But you might not be able to start cleaning right this second. But they about to come back at some point, more than likely. And if they're looking to hire you, take the job and you just start whenever they're ready to start. And then some of them will let you clean now, even though they ain't even operation yet. And if they're willing to do that, that's a good sign too, to let you know that their finances must be in order for them to be able to do that, even though they closed. DJ, all right, bet, set it up. Let's email me at aj@cleanbiznetwork.com and we'll set it up. Lanisha Hammond said, got my first appointment. Should I have my liability by that time? Yeah, I would say go ahead and get it, just to get it out of the way, and just in case you might actually be coming across this is a lead that actually is ready to go right then, and they want you to email your stuff later that day with your proposal, okay? Because I had to happen several times where they want the proof of the insurance right with the proposal. So yeah, go ahead and get it out of the way now, and look inside the course. You see where I show you where to go for the insurance, or you can just ask me again in the group if you don't feel like going back to the course. All right. Oh yeah, no problem. Check it out, TV. All right. So that's what I got for y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and comment. I'm gonna go because I got company. So, but I appreciate y'all chilling with me again. CleanBizNetwork.com for everything I was talking about. Oh, he snuck one more in. Does your class include information on incorporation? I have an LLC. Need to do some reorganization since yep. So it'll tell you how to do it. If you already got your LLC, that's basically what it's going to tell you. So it'll tell you the simple stuff, and then it'll go into the deep stuff too, like hiring and finding customers and invoicing and bookkeeping and all of that. But in the beginning, it does tell you how to get your EIN number, how to get your LLC, and then it'll touch on the business license thing, but the business license isn't required for every locality. So it'll be on you to figure out whether it's required where you are or not. But if you can't figure it out, I'll help you look it up and make sure. Shout out Ruth Hogan checking in, CBN member. He said for companies that have walkthroughs and contracts pending for Corona, how long would you wait to approach them? How long would you wait to pending because the company is closed? Right. So I will check, man. It depends on how long you just talked to them. So if you just spoke to them, let's just say you talked to them maybe a week ago, right? I will keep checking with them, like, excuse me, check with them like within 2 weeks, because if they just told you, they was like, we gonna start up, but we just wait for the Corona to come back. Okay, well, I don't know about y'all, but I think actually, yeah, that's a nation thing. See, I told you I don't keep up with politics, but I think Trump just said he's trying to open up everything back in May, but I know some states saying that they ain't gonna listen to that. They're gonna take their time and slowly open up stuff. So, but since he said that, that's leeway for you to just be like, just checking on you, following up with you to see if you guys had a start date yet for it. So I would just check in like after if they told you that to this week, check in 2 weeks, and then what's the day, the 20th something? Yeah, so maybe that week before the 1st. You know what I mean? But just kind of keep the dates in mind. But for the most part, every week, every 2 weeks or so, and just keep checking back with them. Mark Simmons. Thanks, brother. Sorry to keep your lady wait. Oh no, you good. She actually just got out the car. I'm talking. It was my homeboy over here. So, but I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.